Okay, I've got to get the height surround amplifiers in, the overhead surrounds. They're not Atmos speakers, they're overhead surrounds, discrete. Okay, I've heard overhead surround back in 1989 when I worked for UCI. Even at the local Odeon downtown, I heard Star Wars with that Star Destroyer overhead. Long before all you lot out there, I'm way ahead in the overhead surround and below, and the back and turned inside out and turned around, whatever. I'm way ahead of a lot of you in listening. So this goes up for the overhead surrounds, for height 1, height 2, height 3, extra 1, dog 1, dog 2, and then the final one will go on top. So that's the wire in here, and that finally goes on the top. So yeah, it's only going to take me about whatever it takes, 10 minutes to wire it all up, and then another 10 minutes to do the other one. And then the only downside is on the crown, even though these were cheap. I mean, they were cheap as fish and chips. I mean, if you got a party of 6 at a fish and chip restaurant, fish and chips down here in Bournemouth, the best fish and chips voted, I think, 4 times. I thought for something like 4 times over the years as best fish and chips in the United Kingdom. Wow, I didn't know that, but I do now. And usually fish and chips are, sometimes when you got a party of 6 or something, depending on what you got on order, it could be just about the price of this. Yeah, so that just tells you it's cheap as fish and chips, because these are discontinued now. I don't understand why they're discontinued. They were only made, so many years ago? I can't understand why they, why Crown discontinued them, and whatever development they put into it and whatever they built into it, or what other parts they got from somewhere else and they apply it or modify it and then they fit it in the chassis. But I just don't understand why. Okay, the fan on that. Actually, the fans are pretty quiet on these. If they're getting a lot of power and that and such, and the heat, the thermal, the fan speed goes a bit faster, but that's kind of idling, that fan there. It's a little bit softer, quiet, I think, than these. These have got a bit of a higher pitch, and when you think of fan speed and SPL, measuring it with an SPL meter, that's technically wrong to measure it with an SPL meter. You've got to use a microphone and SPL meter and put it up on the RTA analyzer, and then you see the frequency, because it's going to produce a frequency just like a pink noise. Only these have got a bit of a higher pitch because they're smaller fans and the chassis size and such. They got a bit of a higher pitch sound. The ones on these, I changed those fans out. I've still got to change this one out, so I've got to take that out and put the other new fan in that's in these ones here, so it would run a lot quieter, as well as the frequency, because that's what matters, not SPL. SPL just is an overall of all the figures of the sound adding up, summing up. If you subtract, then you get the frequency then the SPL meter goes less and less and less, and then you start seeing less and less and less in the frequency. If you can dampen down, you make the fans quieter. It's quite a bit of technical sort of thing, but then it's all in the kitchen, so hey, I don't hear the fans, so I can hear them more, just faintly, but not like most home theatres that moan about their, because they stick their Crown amplifiers or their QSEs or their Derringers or whatever in a home theatre to show off what amplifiers they got. Really, that's not a home theatre. That's just your living room. That's not home cinema theatre. Stick them in the kitchen, just like you do it like professional, like a cinema. Then then again, I've done cinema projection. I've been there, done it. The same goes with the video projector up there. The laser projector, so it's all quiet, so it runs silent. I just hate I just hate these bloody amplifiers. One, they're bulky, they're heavy. The U-frame size here is about equivalent to 3 Behringer EPQ 304s, and that's 12 channels there. Just 3 of them there would be 12 channels. So I could put like, boom, some there, and another 12 here, and another 12 there, and I can put a Trinov in the dust. I think I've got, how many channels am I running there? Gosh, blimey, I forgot. It's something like 15, 15.9.12. You know, the 15's all the regular round the room and everything, and a little bit more special modification. And then the overheads and the dog channels, the extra channel, that's 12, and then the subs, that's 9 channels. And I've got plenty of room more there to expand, so I could put a Trinov in the dust. But what a Trinov costs is not fish and chips. Yeah. So you got to keep a lookout these days, and you keep a lookout on the bay, and you see the fish and chips, and you think, wow. But most people wouldn't even bother thinking twice of putting all this equipment in another room. I mean, where do you think it goes in a cinema, huh? You think all the amplifiers are on show? Some amplifiers might be behind the THX baffle wall, but you ain't going to see them, you ain't going to hear them. And the surround amplifiers will be all in the projection room, Empire Leicester Square.